Friday morning, it's Friday morning. Hello everyone, it's Friday this week, so just get ready for the weekend. Got another guitar in this morning, quite a big job. I'm going to show you what it is straight away because there's a few things I'm going to be doing to this. This is going to have the complete gubbins. So what I'm going to do for once is I'm going to actually do a complete strip and rebuild on this, show you what goes into a complete setup. Now the guitar it's a Ibanez Gio, GRG 270B, B was standing for black. It's made in Indonesia. It's got a Floyd Rose. This is coming, let's just say its neck needs a bit of cleaning. These frets need a polish. The electrics got a problem with the electrics. We've got we'll sort these pots out. These pots are loose. We've got a toggle switch missing. It's got a Floyd Rose. We're going to be setting that up. I'm even going to take the neck off. The tuners are going to come off, all be reset. The neck's going to be reset. Everything's going to be done on this. Already I noticed that there was a wire off on the jack there, which I'll be putting the jack back on. Be soldering that up in a bit. All the other wiring looks alright. I just need to tighten the pots up. So this is going to get full gubbins. But what I'm also going to be doing with this is, I promised a lad, he contacted me via YouTube. He commented on one of my setup jobs on there, and he wanted to know if I could do a video showing how to properly set up a Floyd Rose from scratch. So what I'm going to do is, with this video, I'm actually going to do that. So this video is going to end up being two videos. It's going to be one about this guitar and the work being done on it, and what you get for a complete setup for 70 quid. And I'm also going to incorporate into that a complete setup on a Floyd Rose, which I'm going to post as a separate video. So I'm going to have to be quite clever in the editing, or quite clever in the way I shoot this video. So here we go. Here's the guitar. Floyd Rose standard Ibanez type, Ibanez stamped Floyd Rose, licensed Floyd Rose. Nothing spectacular. This is you're getting right to the lower scale, the lower end of Ibanez with these. These are the cheaper things, the budget things, the things you start with. Though that in itself does not mean it's not a good guitar. I've actually played these guitars and I've set a few of them up, and they actually play quite well. The pickups are alright, you can get a good sound out on them. The wiring, it's a standard five-way switch. You'll have basically a Strat type wiring on there, where you'll have, but you split the coils on these, so you've got full coil, split coil, middle, split coil, and full neck pickup on the 5 different selectors there. Pretty standard wiring, so nothing out of the ordinary. Like I say, you need to clean more than anything. I'm going to get on with the wiring shortly, get that done out of the way, and what I'm going to do then is, once I've tightened the pots up, I'm going to completely strip this guitar. I'm going to take the Floyd off, take the strings off, get the neck done, check the frets for level, blah 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 blah, and you're going to come on this journey with me. So without further ado, I'm going to crack on with the job. I'll come back to you when I've got more to report. So when the customer bought this Gio to me yesterday, I went across with the neck level checker and the fret rocker to show the state of the frets and the state of the neck, blah blah blah. The neck's straight, the frets, there are quite a few frets are a little bit high. Then I think I measured 6 or 7 when he was here. I've just measured him this morning. I'm going to turn the guitar camera around. I'm going to explain it as I tell you. And what I'm going to do is here, again, a new customer. I always take care of my new customers. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to charge them extra for these frets. Now when I do a complete setup, I'm going to cross with a fret rocker now, just to check the roll level. I know the next level, I've already checked it. There's a little bit of relief in there, so it's playing position. That's fine. Blah blah blah. Second one's, listen, got a rocker there. I can already tell you straight away there are 8 rocking frets here. Now when I do a complete setup for 70 quid, you're going to strip and rebuild. It is going to take me a good 3 hours, so you're getting a really good deal there. But what I do is I include 5 frets free, which I'll level off and I'll re-crown. I include 5 free because it's quite intensive, time intensive. It takes a while. Anything above 5, and I'm going to start charging extra at £6 a fret. Or if I do a complete fret level, it's going to cost you 85 quid, or a refret's going to cost you 150 quid. Bloody blah, that's basically. But there are 8 frets on here that are rocking. I've just checked it with the rocker. And I'm not going to charge him for the extra 3. I'm going to include everything in the £70 for a complete setup. Also, when you've got a Floyd Rose, I'll charge you an extra 10 quid for setting up the Floyd Rose, because again, it's time. But I've told him I'm not going to charge him for Floyd Rose, I'm going to charge him for the extra frets. So I'm going to do a straight 70 quid on this for him, because it's a new customer, new client. And I do that, and he's always going to come back, and he's going to see with this video how much work is getting done on this. So just going to go across the frets wire here, because it's going to be a long video this. So here you go, I'll be quiet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, only a little on that, but it's still high. 6, that's a high one. 7, 8. So we're at 8 high frets here. 5 would be included with setup. It was also quite flat in places, and there's a couple of dings in there. These frets, see a little bit, I don't believe in, these are quite low frets, probably about 1.1 mil on there. Well, I'd class that as low, because I only really use jumbo frets myself. So I could do a complete skim on that. I'm not going to do that, I'm going to do each fret individually, because there's no point doing a complete skim on this, because it's going to take me 2-3 hours, and then I've got the setup on top, it's going to be 5 hours work, and then I'm going to have to charge more. So I'm not going to do that, I'm going to do each fret individually. Going to get the 8 done. We don't need a lot of work. They're quite soft frets. They're 12% nickel silver, I imagine. So you know, there's no point me doing that a lot. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to skimp on anything. Don't get me wrong. I never skimp, but I'm going to get on with that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to prepare myself for getting this guitar all stripped, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes, and we'll get on with it, and I'll show you what's what. Right, I've changed the position of the camera so you can see all of the guitar as I'm going to work on it. I'm going to start basically from scratch. I've got most of the tools, all the tools I need to hand are normally right in front of me. I place them, this is a big desk. It's a big IKEA thing I was given. I've got a free cycle, it's got to be 5 foot by 3 foot. It's perfect for this, but all the tools I need are all over here. The ones I've got to hand, like my level checkers and all this stuff. I've got my rocker there, I've got string winder, I've got radius gauge checkers there, look. I've got feeler gauge, all this stuff there. I've got nut slot files here, I've got my proper nut slot files here, Hosco ones. I've got the multimeter, all here, everything's to hand right in front of me. I've got my soldering station right at the back here, which normally goes away. I've got a tuner here, I've got all my screwdrivers at the end of the bench. And I've got all my hand tools here, electric wire strippers, blah 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 blah. I've got a selection of files, fret files, all down here. So everything is all within reach. It means I can sit in my chair or stand up, whatever I want to do, and I can blob on with stuff. I've got a set of 4 drawers here below me. One with a big drawer with all my clamps on the bottom. All the other 3 drawers have got various, they all have 9 of these in there, which are all different bits and bobs in there. I've got pots, I've got wire, all sorts of gear. 3-way switches, pick-up covers in there. I've got knobs, every sort of thing, screws, everything. So what I tend to do is have everything all close by. I've got a bag of Allen keys here, which I've got all the floored sizes I need. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to loosen these. I'm going to blob on really with this, and all I'm going to do now is I'm going to do what I do best, and I'm just going to blob on with the work. I'm going to be a bit quiet. So all this stuff off this guitar is in this pot, and that's what I do, and everything from this guitar will go in that pot. So I've got all the bits together, so I just waz them in there, no problem. String tree, probably better to work string tree off. I'm going to leave it on. I'm going to loosen the strings. I mean, this neck is filthy. The strings about it, it's going to have new strings on anyway. So what I'm going to do is just loosen them, so that Floyd Rose. And basically I'm going to take it from start to finish. I'm going to show you what you get with your complete setup. I don't want to do this on all guitars, but being as this guitar is in need of a clean everywhere, I'm going to strip a lot. Right, now my strings are loose and the Floyd Roses virtually fell off. We're not going to faff with this, we're going to cut these strings because they're going straight off. So that's that. We can take the Floyd Rose off in a minute. I'm just going to go and cut all these off at this end. And what we do is we're just going to put a coil in there, just a split. Kind of over and just go and wrap around themselves like so. Straight in the bin. Always got a bin right there as well. So that's them done. What I'm going to do now is uncoil these from here. Like I say, I'm not going to show you every single thing because it's going to take a few hours to do all this. But while you're here, I may as well do this, show you where we're going to be. Obviously I'm working super fast just through a camera to show you what's what. But this guitar, I mean, I do this with care. Normally I won't really be doing it this rapid. This is just for the camera. All the strings, these can all go. No faffing about. This is all for the benefit of the camera doing it as fast. I wouldn't normally work this fast. So there you go, move the block out of the way, flip the guitar over, Floyd Rose, spring straight off, there you go, sorted. Springs off and then guitar back over, neck rest, are we there where we need to be? Yeah, just about. Floyd Rose off. I'll take them strings off in a bit. So there we go. Now, I don't know what you can see with the neck here, but this neck is filthy. I'm going to just zoom in. Not so much zooming, I'm going to take you in with the camera. Careful not to move the tripod. So yeah, this is one of the, there you go. See this? It's my job to get all this off. I'll get some lemon oil soak in there and I'll have to scrape this off. That's disgusting, that's dirty finger grime from over the years. I have to polish the frets, blah 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 blah. So we sometimes get jobs in like this and it's what we expect. We don't think anything of it. You know, I've had worse guitars than that in this workshop. So there you go, so that's what I'm going to be getting on with. To make things easier for me, I think I'll just go about right there. What I'm going to do now is, I've got the Floyd off like I say. These tuners will all be checked, I'll tighten all these up. Everything, all the dust will be taken off. I'll tighten everything up, tighten the screws at the back. What I'm going to do now is, because I'm doing a lot of neck work, rather than work on the guitar and chance damaging the guitar while working on it, I'm going to take the neck off. I'm going to screw it to a piece of 1 inch thick wood, and I'm going to get it. I can either put it on the on my neck jig over there. Now, when I'm removing, I'm going to be removing this neck right now. I've lost my proper neck screwdriver. I've got a really, really long one. Anyway, we'll go with this. Going to remove a neck. Going to make things just easier in the long run. And then we'll have the neck reset. But it'll make this a lot easier for me to work on the frets as well with it removed from the guitar. So I'm not going to risk damaging anything on the guitar. The electrics look fine. Really basic 5-way electrics, really basic cheap little Alpha 5-way selector switch. Cheap nasty wiring. Pots look okay, probably Korean pots. This is the cheapest end of Ibanez. So you know how it works. I'm going to remove all this. The inserts will come out, which is what it says on one. I like to get all these inserts out. So I'm going to go in just with flat end screwdriver and just persuade these to come out with a little chat. Persuasion. I actually like these inserts rather than a plate, they just look neater. So there you go, that's the inserts out. Screwdriver can go back. And we're going to flip it over. That's the neck off. There you go. Now I can work on the neck separately from the guitar. I'll get the truss rod cover off. I'm going to get it all levelled off, make it all level. Let's have a look here now. Perfect, because now there's a tiny bit of bow in there. That'll be so much easier to work on now. So that's off. The body's off. I'm going to work on the electrics, put three-way back on it. All the electrics in here are fine. I'll tidy the wire up, give that a wipe out. I'll wipe inside here. So really, there you go. I can now blob on, do the work on here. In fact, I'm going straight away with lemon oil. I use this stuff. Now, someone messaged me yesterday, a guy who's getting into tech worker guitars, and he wants to be a bit of a guitar tech and start doing his own work rather than bring it to me, which is absolutely fine. But he says to me yesterday, oh, I found this news out about lemon oil, it's really bad for your fretboard. Let me tell you, no it isn't. Dunlop, Diodario, Peavey, all these companies that sell lemon oil for fretboards, they're not stupid. This isn't 100% lemon oil. Chances are this hasn't got any real lemon oil in it. If it has, just a tiny bit, just to make it smell nice. This will be like a mineral oil. This does not harm your fretboard in any way. It cleans and it nourishes rosewood and ebony. It's absolutely fine. Don't be scared of it. You go and read up about it. Read a proper article. Don't come scaremongering like some people do. Oh, it's not good for your guitar. Listen, there's nothing wrong with this stuff. So what I'm going to do is, it's got a press thing in there where you can just press down on it and it will just release lemon oil. What I'm going to do is going to ride across. That's it, press down so it releases the oil. And I'm going to lather this. I'm going to let it soak, because this is disgusting. That's a job. I could wear rubber gloves. I used to wear rubber gloves all the time, latex gloves when I was working, but I don't know more. It's easy to wipe finger marks off. But what I'm going to do is, that's lathered in this containing a little bit of lemon oil, but a mix. But what this is going to do is, this is going to soak in. It's going to release all that grime. And I'm going to go across with a cloth. I'm not touching that with my fingers. I'm going to go across with a cloth, wipe all that grime off, and then I'm going to go across with some steel wool, rub it in this, do it all this way between the frets, and it's going to lift all that grime out. Then I'll do another coat of this, and we'll do that again. So I'm going to leave that, that's done. I'm going to leave that. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to work on this body. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to tighten these pots, and I'm going to wire in the input jack, and that's it. There's no need for you to see that. I'm going to come back when that's all done, when the neck's done, and we'll move on to the next part of this complete setup and show you where we are.